Yadaidam, yadaidam, ay, yadaidai, yadaidam, yadaidai, yadaidam, ay, yadaidai, yadadai, yadai, 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 dum. Ay, yadai, 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 dum. Yadai, 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 ay, yadai, 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 yadai. Die, 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 die. Yay, die, 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 dum. Yay, die, 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 yay, die, 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 dum. Yay, die, 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 ay, ay, die, die, ay, ay, die, die, ay, die, 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 dum. Ay, ay, die, die, yada, die, 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 yada, die, yada, die, yada, die, yada, die, dum, yada, da, da, ay, ay, die, die, yada, die, 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 yada, die, yada, die, yada, die, yada, die, dum, ay, 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 die. Boker Tov, good morning. It's good to be alive. It's good to be here. It's good to be here together. When I typed Friday once more today, and I'm a couple of minutes late because for some reason the platform that we use is called StreamYard, and it wasn't letting me into the studio. So I said, oh, I guess today is not the day. I don't know what happened. But I restarted it, and you know what? Sometimes we just need to restart. If we restart ourselves, sometimes we wake up and it's not the best day, and we tell ourselves, you know what? Let's just restart. Let's restart. But when I typed Friday once more, I thought that I can't believe just how long we've been able to keep this connection. Friday once more came about. We started this online connection. The world was shutting down. We were a couple days ahead of that, as one of our employees was the first rabbi to contract COVID. One of our employees was working with that rabbi. And so we knew what was going on before it was going on, essentially. And so we had to shut down the school and all of the things that we had to do. And I came on live saying, like, we don't know what's going on, but here we are. And it was a Thursday, and then Friday happened, and then we set up connection. And that was going to be the daily connection that we would have. We would figure out what it was. I would do it every single day. And then we got to that second Friday. It was like, I don't know what to call what a Friday is. So Friday once more. Okay, it's Friday once more. And I just, March 2020 till now, we're here with connection almost every day. Even some Sundays are included. But every Monday through Saturday, Friday twice. You know, during the Omer, it's twice a day. The countdown, through the month of Elul is twice a day. And so, like, there's a lot of connection time. And every time I type Friday once more, it's like I can't believe that we're still here, and at the same time grateful that we can still come together to find ways to connect, ways to learn together, ways to just be there for one another. And that is for the people that show up here every single day. And when it's not every day and you miss a day or come back another day or you invite a friend to come, that's how we continue to grow this network of community. We have, a community, and then we have this community that enhances our regular, more cookie cutter, but we're not cookie cutter at all, but typical congregation. And so it is Friday once more, and Shabbat is coming. It's not here yet, but it's on its way. And so Psalm 50, verse 7 says, "Listen, and I will speak. I will be a witness for you. I am the infinite life force, the interconnection of all." And so I've talked a lot about, over the years, I could say, like I sound like an old person. It used to be like this. Now, over the years that we've been connecting, and probably before that, I often talk about interconnectedness. When we talk about Judaism, when we talk about being connected to God, whether we're believers or not, but as Jews, and even as humans, those not Jewish, technically, there is an interconnection. There is an unwoven thread that we can't see. It's woven, but we can't see it. I would call it that it's, part of our figment of our imagination, but it's not that. It's just invisible in tangible terms, but it's very much palpable, which is the interconnection of oneness that goes through humanity. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, a congregant and a friend, a congregant who became a friend, whatever, about dealing with life and just how hard moments in life really are. And I said something like, she said, "How do you stay faithful given your situation?" And I said, actually, I don't feel like my faith is at all shaken. Many people do. I do how many funerals? Countless funerals. And I think there's always this like two-sided coin, and then there's the space in between, which is, why, God, did you do this to my loved one, or take my loved one, or how did this happen? Or, thank you, God, they're no longer suffering. But I don't feel either of those things, because sometimes I feel, it's not all the time, and this might be something for you to think about, and it's my thought process today. Maybe it wasn't even yesterday, maybe it won't be tomorrow, I don't know. But when I think of God and the interconnectedness of life, I think about God's hand in the story of creation. That once God created that which was, God gave us what we needed and said, "Here you go, run with it." And yes, our tradition talks about, God's giving commandments to Moshe. There's all different places where God shows up. But I don't believe that we are marionette puppets. And God is, this is the part where you can agree or not disagree, and that's fine, or a question. Because as Jews, we're supposed to question anyway. I don't feel like I'm some sort of puppet and God is here maneuvering those strings. I don't think God killed my wife. I don't think God creates hatred and war. I think that something that remains for me is what faith means to me in these moments, which is the realization of interconnectedness of people that help you get through where you are. Faith is something that helps us lean on tradition to stay connected. And so, yes, are there moments that are terrible? Of course there are. But it doesn't, God didn't do that. As Jews, some of us believe in God and some of us don't. It doesn't make us more or less Jewish. Judaism allows questioning. And so Judaism also allows us to change course on how we feel in a moment. If I feel like this moment, this is what it is, and the next moment it's something different, it's still okay. It doesn't make me not a Jew. It doesn't make me, a bad person. It doesn't make me any of those things. But something that doesn't waver for me is faith, because I don't believe that God does, when we say, why do bad things happen to good people? I don't think God has anything to do with that. And some people may not agree. Some people may think, God controls all what happens in the world still in this moment. And that's okay if you're okay living with that theory. There is no right and there is no wrong, because faith is something that we can't see, but we can feel. Just like God is something we can't see. It's not the guy on the throne with the long beard with the... God is something that we can feel, but can't see, if we choose to. But something that has always been for me is the interconnection of souls. So we've come through Tisha B'Av, this day of mourning, but from the period of mourning. And we start to gently turn, I know it's crazy, toward Elul, meaning the new year is coming. I'm still tapping the brakes a little bit. We're not there yet. I'm not releasing summer. But we're turning. And as we do, the Torah calls. Remember what? Face within face, the mystery spoke to you upon the mountain in the midst of fire. That's what the Torah text says. Deuteronomy 5:4. This week's Parsha. Face to face. Right? I'm talking to you. Remember, do you hear me? We heard the voice. We experienced the presence. And there we were, entering this sacred relationship. Remember. We need to remember. We need to remember that we are here for the well-being of all life. We need to remember that we are here to love. And when we forget, because we always do, we do. It's upon us to not rate ourselves, to not get stuck in the shame. It is for us to give thanks for noticing that, hey, wait a second. I'm forgetting the purpose here. I'm forgetting that we are here to be part of this well-being of life, that we're here to love. I'm forgetting these things, but I'm not going to hurt myself about it. I'm not going to get down on myself. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to say, I'm grateful that I'm aware of this, that I'm noticing it. I'm grateful, I'm thankful for the ability to say, hey, wait a second. Even when I try to remember to do all that is good, to do what I know is good for me, that is good for the interconnectedness of our people, of humanity, I'm not perfect. But I'm grateful for the ability to see that I'm not perfect and that I can return. Return to what? Return to what our souls know absolutely. Which is, we are here together with all life in this moment. Which means that we are here together to love one another. This week's Parsha, as we said, Shema ve'ahavta, Shema Yisrael, listen. Listen as you wrestle with the things that life brings. The infinite mystery is present in all, whether we believe or not. the infinite mystery is one. So listen up, in other words, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Listen up, all you God wrestlers. God is our God, there's only one. Ve'ahavta, and love. Ve'ahavta, ahava, love. Let the experience of oneness turn us towards love. To love with our whole selves, with our whole souls, with all of the strength that we have. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha. B'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'yodecha. To give it our all. Even when we forget, remind yourself to turn back, to return, to teach love, to live from love, to place love in your hands, in our hands, before our own eyes, and upon our hearts. So when our hearts break open, many of us have broken hearts. So when our hearts break open from the pain that we have experienced, and simultaneously, whether we are aware or not, the beauty of life, we will be able to respond with love. I'll repeat it. So when open our hearts, love with all that we have. So when our hearts break open from pain and the beauty of life, we will be able to respond with love. Return to a place of gratitude and a place of love. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. We're going to see you, of course, tonight at 7. Thank you for being with us, Debbie and Fern, Jamie, Amy, Linda, Jeneba, Shah, Elisa, whoever else is watching that hasn't checked in. Anne, Boker Tov. Let us remember to love. So when our heart breaks open from the pain or the beauty, we will respond with love. That is our goal as we turn from Tisha B'Av toward the coming year. Listen, and I will speak. I will be a witness for you. I am the infinite life force, the interconnection of all. We are all interconnected. Let us continue to be that. Am Yisrael Chai. Od Avinu Chai. We are the Jews. We are here. Let's continue to be here for one another. Eileen, you are also amazing. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Let's see each other back here at 7. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Thank you, Anne.